Hey, how's it going? It is so great to have you here for lesson 2 in my books, lesson 3 on the page, and we're going to be talking about evidence for evolution today. So, little quick review. What is evolution? Gradual change over time. You could say that organisms evolve or adapt to their environment, and as the environment changes, so do they. What evidence do we have for this kind of gradual change or adaptation in organisms? We have evidence in 4 different areas. First bit of evidence is going to be from anatomy. So, what does that mean? We look at the relatedness of organisms over time and we look at how they essentially look similarly with a big focus on bone structure. So, what is the pieces of evidence? One is fossils. So we can see similar fossils in the past. Another is homologous structures. So what we can see is we can see, for example, human, cat, whale, if you look at this diagram over here, they all have fingers, but they use them for different things. A cat's fingers are its claws. A whale's fingers are its fins. A bat's fingers are its wings. And my fingers are fingers. I won't give you any fingers today. And in terms of anatomy, the last thing is vestigial structures. Vestigial structures are leftover things we don't use anymore. Did you know that humans have a tailbone? But we don't have a tail. So that's kind of a vestigial structure. We keep it because we have attachments of muscles there that help us to control our sphincter so we don't poop everywhere, so we can control our poop. So I guess it does have some purpose. Another vestigial structure in humans is the appendix, whose only apparent purpose is to be cut out when it gets infected. Actually, there's another purpose. The appendix does appear to have a connection to our immune system, as does the entire gut. Next, we have evidence from embryology. And let me just say this, ontology does not recapitulate phylogeny. Okay? All right, that's just a random, it's not a random statement, but it's one of those things you can say, you can sound really smart. Basically, what we're saying is that the development of a baby, a fetus, is not the same as the evolutionary development of an organism, but there's a lot of similarities. That being said, look at these development of these embryos and how there's similar developments going from everything. For example, this is a human baby, but geez, don't we look like a chicken at a certain point in time? So, just a crazy bit of evidence that maybe we're more closely related than we might think. Next bit of evidence is, of course, evidence from DNA. That's probably the gold standard for today. So what we do is we basically match up DNA. Humans are 98% chimp, but I'm going to tell you, it's the 2% that makes a huge difference. Evidence from biochemistry. Biochemistry, study of chemistry in living organisms, and what we see is that organisms that are more closely related have more similar biochemical processes. For example, the example given here is cytochrome C, a protein that's found in different things that have similar organisms. Have similar origins. Another example is actually photosynthesis. So there are different types of plants that use slightly different kinds of photosynthesis, and it seems to be that those plants are more closely related. So we have evidence for evolution from biochemistry, from DNA, from embryology, the development of an organism from one cell to being born, basically. And then the last thing is from anatomy, fossil record, homologous structures, and vestigial structures. So that's the big picture, everything you need to know about, for this course specifically, I should say, everything you need to know about evolution and the support or evidence for it. Next class, we're going to get deeper into the theory itself. So, peace out. Have a great day. Miss you. You're my buddies. And let's chat soon.